Willie D Live.
What's up, family? 17-year-old Dion Wally III posted prom pics online showing off a stack of money. Just hours later, Dion was gunned down at a post prom party in a parking lot. Another kid was also shot but is in stable condition. There are no suspects. At least the police is not admitting to any suspects. Now, um, yeah, this is a tough one right here, fam, because this did not have to happen. There's a lot to unpack here. Now, I'm absolutely am not going to blame the victim, but I am going to tell you that there's always accountability. There's always accountability. Family, first and foremost, let's talk about the uncivilized mutts who took this kid's life. You take somebody's life because you see them flashing some money. Now, here's the thing. We don't know for certain that that was the motive, but it is quite a coincidence that he flashed the money and then hours later he was gunned down at a parking lot, right? Because we've seen this play out before. We understand that there are people out there, there are poor hustlers out there. I call them poor hustlers because they don't hustle in an honorable way. They sit back, watch other people get paid. They watch other people work for theirs. They see what other people have and they say, you know what, I want that. I'm going to go take it. And eventually it always catches up. I mean, they always get caught. I can guarantee you this fool, the fools who did this, is absolutely going to get caught. Their dumb asses are so dumb that they don't even know that they're going to get caught before they do that. And I don't even know at this stage of the game, fam, if some of these fools even care that they're taking their bodies, they're donating their bodies to the prison uh, slave industrial population. I don't even think they understand that. They don't. I think that some of them don't even care. That's how little they care about themselves. This is why it is very important that you vet the people that you hang around. You got to know, man. Like say, man. So what do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And I don't know. I don't see myself. I'm not hanging around your ass. I need to know you got a plan, bro. I need to, because if you ain't got no plan for the future, then chances are you're doing things that are inconsistent with not even being around. There are people out there that have no idea where they want to be in 5 or 10 years. Those are dangerous people to me. I understand, fam, that you have ideas that you want to dreams and goals that you want to achieve, and it may look like this in 5 years, it may look like that in 10 years, but you got to have some type of idea. Look, man, I don't know exactly what I want to do just yet, but I do see myself doing this, or I see myself doing that. You got to have some type of damn idea. If you ain't got no idea, if you don't see yourself in the future, you probably are not going to be in the future, at least not alive. Yeah, these uncivilized mutts are out here, man, and they sitting back and they just waiting. They looking online and they just waiting on somebody to flex, show off that watch, show off that money, show off something of value, show off that jewelry. They looking, they watching everything, and they going in to get it. They are going to go in and get it. So this is why you should not give these uncivilized mutts a reason to come for you. when you pull out that money, when you flash that bread and you flash that jewelry, you put a target on your head. You're putting a target on your head. And here's the thing. Pretty much all of us got a target on our head already because we don't know. It could come from anywhere, like random acts of violence happens all the time. That's uncivilized. We're surrounded by uncivilized mutts in this country. We're surrounded. So it can go down at any time because you got uncivilized mutts who just be taking a chance. Like, I don't know if he got no money or not, but I'm about to see. Hey, stick him up. I don't know if she got something in that purse or not, but I'm about to take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's on the other side of that door, but they say it could be some cocaine in there and some money. Let me go see. So you got to have your head on swivel and you have to think like these uncivilized mutts think. You got to actually go there. Some of y'all say, I can't think like that. You better start. You better start. I'm not saying behave like them. I said think like they do. You have to understand a criminal. You're going to have to figure out how criminals think. You got to think about the psychology of a criminal. If you want to think like them, if you want to understand them, you got to think like them. If you want to understand why an uncivilized mutt would start an unprovoked war and put millions of people's lives in danger, you have to think like that uncivilized mutt. Now, it may be hard to do, but you got to figure it out because you're living amongst uncivilized mutts and you are the prey. Yeah. So prayer ain't going to get it. You got to be vigilant. You got to be able to defend yourself. You got to be able to put guardrails in place so that you can mitigate any type of harm to you and your family. When you flash that money, see, and here's the thing, I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. I used to walk around with 10,000 in each pocket, front pockets. But I ain't never had nothing. See, I never had nothing. So I was trying to, look like a big shot. You know what? People get excited when they see a big wad of money. They, oh, damn, you got that money, you got bank. Ooh, man. And I realized after I had money for a while, it kind of wore off. It's like it's no big deal. And look, man, I ain't got to flash my money. They know I got it. I ain't got to flash it. They know I got it, right? But even if they didn't know I had it, long as I know I got it, I'm straight. That flashing money is played. That flashing anything is played because there are people who would kill you and not even take anything. They just don't like to see you have it. They become enraged. I mean, they get incensed when they see people doing well. People being progressive because their life ain't shit. Their mama wasn't shit. Their daddy wasn't shit. Their grandparents wasn't shit. They ain't gonna be shit. They ain't shit. So when they see you doing it, they gonna start hating. They gonna be hating. So it's best to keep a lot of this stuff to yourself and don't run to social media and put it on social media because this social media is not to blame for people getting killed or ending up in jail and having their lives and their marriages and relationships and business ships ruined. It's not to blame, but it is a tool that people use to hang themselves. It's a rope that people use to hang themselves, right? So you got to be very careful with this stuff. We've seen so many cases, even high-profile cases. Same thing happened with Pop Smoke. Flashing on the internet, drop your location, uncivilized mutts, the killers show up, boom. They're not even understand. And here's the thing, the killers and uncivilized mutts, all they're thinking about is what they're going to do. They're not thinking about what you're going to do. They're not thinking about what somebody around you're going to do. They're not thinking about, okay, yeah, we got away with that, now what? They're not thinking about this person snitching. They're not thinking about how intense the search is going to be to find them. They're not They don't think about that type of stuff. They don't think, oh, damn, now that's going to be that's a brazen crime. Police don't usually let brazen crime slide. I can get away with some stuff, but some stuff, man, they're going to come get me. They're going to definitely they come looking for me for that. You kill a 17-year-old kid just because he was on and he didn't went viral for showing his money. That becomes a high profile case. That becomes a high priority case. And they are going to solve that case and lock every last one of you uncivilized mutts up. And your days are numbered. I can guarantee your ass is going to jail. And life as you know it will never happen like that again. It will never be the same. I can guarantee you. So start kissing your mama and everybody that you claim to love, including your kids, who you really don't love, because if you did, you wouldn't have put yourself in that position to be taken away from them and have another man raise your kids and put your kids in jeopardy because you don't know what type of dude that dude gonna be. Yeah, he might be with your woman, and in the moment your daughter start getting a little age on her, a little bit more weight on her, he start checking her out. You don't know that. See? But you love her. You don't really love her. That ain't love, man. Look, a lot of y'all think gangster is going to jail. Y'all think gangster is squeezing that trigger. Y'all think gangsters get loud and being obnoxious and belligerent. Y'all think gangster is being aggressive. Real gangsters move in silence. Yeah, it took me a while to understand that. And I wasn't even running around trying to be a gangster. I was just really much reacting to a lot of stuff with gangsterism. You did what I'm saying? I was just reacting to a lot of things. But y'all gonna learn today. Whoever killed that boy, I can guarantee you they catch their asses. 100%. Y'all asses going to jail. Y'all going to prison. Yeah. And you probably ain't got no money to afford a lawyer. That's the cold part. Yeah. That is the cold part. The boy was just days away from graduation. Just days away from graduation. His family is celebrating him, and now they have to bury him. Just days away from graduation. And boom, just like that, he's out of here. That's cold-blooded, man. But it happens far too frequently. Y'all be careful by sending your children to these prom parties and stuff. Be careful by sending them to the proms, because these uncivilized mutts who ain't got nothing going for themselves will come through and crash the party. Be extremely careful with these prom parties, because there are shootings in in every state. There's a prom or a graduation party related shooting. Yeah, be very careful out there. Cold game, fam. Cold game. R.I.P. Dion Wally III. No more talk.